Yo, you, what it do? You already know what you tuned into, baby. Who's Talk with Rally Rell, man. Let's get into it. Free agency, yo, it's getting crazy. Last 10 days, a lot of movements, a lot of teams tooling up, man. The Knicks got everybody, you know what I'm saying, in a frenzy right now. While we sitting at the top, twinkling our toes in the sand, chilling, enjoying this, you know what I'm saying? We kept our head up like, oh, okay. We see what's going on. So, I just want to get into it. We all know LeBron left the Lakers. He's the top free agent as of what everybody's talking about. So everybody's trying to tool up to just bring him the best roster. Obviously, he has to have the USA team or the All-Star team on his squad. Um, I mean, it's cool. He at the stage of his career where he should be ring chasing, even though he started ring chasing early. But I mean, he's at the age now. But yeah, we get into that. But nobody knows who's going to go right now. Suitors. I'm looking at suitors. Obviously, Cleveland. I really think he wants to go to Cleveland, but Cleveland has to make moves. They missed out on Jalen Brown, so I think Philly is a candidate now because of Jalen Brown going to Philadelphia. Boston dropped the ball on that, trading Jalen Brown for Paul George. Like Boston got Paul George now. It's like Paul George is just a salary dump at this point for everybody. And I like Paul George, and I hope that he gets healthy or back in his bag enough where he's back a effective player, because I really like Paul George game. Paul George is one of my favorite players in the past few years, you know what I'm saying? I really like his game. So I hope, PG going to Boston, I hope this helps him, being with JT and all that, and with that team or whatever. That team is still a playoff team because they obviously, you know, um tooled up a little bit. They stole Mitch from us. Mitchell Robinson uh, took their deal. Our deal, I guess, was a little bit too low for Mitch. Dolan did not want to pay. We'll get into that later. We'll get to that in a minute. But right now, I want to talk about uh, Philly, Cleveland, Miami, uh, all being suitors for LeBron James. I think I know I saw a list where the Spurs was probably in the race, but the Spurs is definitely out the race now because they signed Tobias Harris. So I'm pretty sure they out the race now with it. Golden State is definitely a top choice, which I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see you playing with your ops, bruh. You got beat 3 times by him, and you're gonna go help him win a fifth one so he could tie it with you, and then y'all go off into the sunset. What is going on right now? But I digress when it comes to that. I don't care. But at the same time, I like how the East is looking. I like how the West is looking right now. There's a lot of parity going on. There's a lot of teams moving. Kawhi moved back to Toronto. Excuse me. Kawhi moved back to Toronto. You know what I'm saying? You got uh Brandon Ingram going to the Clippers. The Clippers was about to look young and dumb. Young and dumb. I ain't gonna front. They're gonna look young and dumb. They're gonna be on the bottom tier, maybe a playoff team, maybe I don't know, maybe a play-in team. Who knows? But Ja Morant went to the Portland, which they got like 50 guards over there, which is crazy. I don't understand why they got that. I guess they're gonna play Dame and 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 Ja on the same, at the same time. I don't know where that leaves Drew Holiday and Scoop. School Henderson. So, we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. The Lakers, they basically they basically signed the NSYNC band, Backstreet Boys. Um, you know what I'm saying? They over there with Walker Kessler. I don't know what that team gonna look like. Offensively, they gonna be shooting some shots and getting some buckets up. But defensively, they gonna be trash. They're gonna be trash. But it's not over with. The offseason not over with. We're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna see what moves get made in these days to come. I also like obviously the Heat getting Giannis. That was a big move, honestly. That was a big move. The Heat got to make some moves. I see they signed Tim Hardaway Jr. I saw somewhere where they probably wanted to get Duncan Robinson back. They definitely need some shooters around Bam and Giannis to make moves. So, I'm gonna go with that. And I'm gonna feel like they're gonna to me, they're gonna be one of the best defensive teams in the league with Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, Giannis, and Bam. Then they go, to add shooters like Tim Hardaway Jr. and then possibly uh, uh, Duncan Robinson, and then Pat is the best at Pat and Spo is the best at finding uh, minimum talent, minimum contract talent that gives you high value play. So they find players that know undrafted or whatever just didn't get a chance or whatever, and for some reason they get to Miami and flourish on a chance. So I think Pat is going to find a interesting squad to go around Bam and Giannis and possibly LeBron, because I think Miami is one of the suitors for LeBron. I think everybody's trying to get LeBron at this point because I seen the Knicks could be looking or interested or whatever, and I'm like, we don't need LeBron. We just want a chip. You know what I'm saying? We good. We don't need nothing else over there. We just need our two backup bigs because we lost Mitch and we lost Huck Purdy. We lost Huck Purdy to Philly, and we lost Mitch to Boston to the Ops. How you go to the team that we rival with, bro? We don't even mess with them. You know what I'm saying? But they paid them, so this is Dolan fault. I definitely blame this on James Dolan, as always. We win this championship. Now he don't want to. Now he don't want to continue to win or whatever. I don't know what it is, but he sticks his chest out like he did something, like he won the chip. Like, what I'm saying? He's out here parading and, oh yeah, I won. I'm the one that made the call. I told him this and I told him that, and nobody cares, bro. Just cut the check and keep the team together. That's all you had to do. You had one job. He somehow always figures out how to get in his own way and get in the way of the team. And I'm sick of it. I've been sick of him. I think he's one of the worst owners in sports. I'm going to be real with you. I just like that Leon Rose and Wild World West put the team together so the culture can withstand that nonsense that he does. But at the same time, he just cost us our two backup bigs. Yeah, we signed, so we signed Landry. We signed back Jose. We signed Jose on a 2-year deal. I think it was a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal. We signed Shamit on a 3-year deal, I think. We signed back Diowawa. We signed back Diowawa, Kumo D. We signed him back. But now we need some bigs. We need some bigs going. I don't know if we're going to sign Jordan Clarkson back. But if not, we appreciated his services and what he did for the team. He definitely helped us in certain series and certain games and stuff when we needed him. So actually played some excellent defense too. Something that he wasn't even known for. So I'm I'm looking at bigs and I can't. I'm looking at. I don't know what bigs we got Nick. You got Nick Richards out there. You got Nick Richards out there. Shit, you got Jalen Duran. I know Jalen Duran. He looking for the bread though. We can't give him no bread. He might go to the Lakers, but I don't know. Walker Kessler basically took that might have took that spot. So we're gonna see who's gonna try to get uh Duran. Duran. I don't know if uh Detroit looks like they're about to fumble because they lowballed him. So he's trying to find out. He's trying to find where he can get the money from. But if nobody give him an offer, then I guess most likely he's gonna go back to Detroit. Probably have no choice, right? Feel me? But yeah, man, it's a lot of signings, man. Happen a lot of signings happen. Lamelo Ball went to the Timberwolves. Lamelo Ball went to the Timberwolves. That's an exciting thing. I like that. That's going to open up the floor for my man Ant Man for him to flourish and actually play like how we've been as fans and as media has been looking forward to him playing. A lot of high flying, a lot of going to the uh, excuse me, going to the hole, a lot of going to the hole, a lot of less 3 pointers. I mean, he could shoot his threes because he hit them, but we're going to see a lot of lobs and a lot of free playing, with Lamelo Ball on the squad. No more double teams. The double teams it's gonna be difficult to double team Ant Man now because of Lamelo. And they got a nice little squad. I like they starting lineup. Cool. They're gonna have to get a four and another big, to help out. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe they need another two, maybe. Getting another two. So they look good. I like how they doing. I like how they doing. Um, I'm gonna say I don't know what Denver's gonna do. I don't they so far nothing. So far nothing. So far nothing. So far nothing. Houston, so far nothing. I had saw something where they was taking offers for Kevin Durant and Sangoon, which is crazy. Why would you take offers for Sangoon? Kevin Durant, I understand, because wherever he go, winning doesn't happen. Winning doesn't happen. That's all I'm saying. Like there's always a failed season or something like that. He hasn't been impactful to a season uh since really Golden State or maybe that first 2 years in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I don't I don't know, man. It's a lot of movement going on. I know the Pistons got uh Isaiah Joe. I think it was the Pistons that got him. Isaiah Joe. Um the Nets got the one of the Wagner boys from Orlando. Vujicic signed with Orlando. Um I think what else was going on? What else was going on in the world today? Uh um I know Marcus Smart signed with the Rockets. I thought that was a good move. And then, Van Fleet comes back. I think the Rockets are going to be one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the West. Um, if they keep, some of that, most of that squad, but a lot of the West teams definitely look the same. The East changed a lot. I think it's like at least 9 teams that are ready to compete, really compete, and try to become a contender in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes through us, obviously. Everything goes through the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? The Rockets signed a couple people. Uh, Bogdanovich. I know the Sixers had got Dean Wade, and um, they they trying to pursue LeBron. Everybody trying to pursue LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of moves. It was a lot of moves going on, man. And Reed, in that trade with LaMelo, Nas Reed ended up going to Charlotte. Charlotte looks good. They got Kobe. They re-signed Kobe, basically gave him a contract. And they have Knippel and Brandon Miller. Um, and then now Nas Reed on that squad. And that squad is looking real formidable. The Toronto Raptors signed Slow Mo. They signed Slow Mo. We're gonna see Michael Conley went to Boston. That was a good locker room get. Um the Lakers got Colin Sexton, somebody tough, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, they're gonna score a lot. We're gonna see what happens with James Harden. Is he gonna sign back with Cleveland? I'm pretty sure because I don't think James Harden did that trade, wanted that trade to Cleveland to play with uh Donovan Mitchell without Cleveland actually, you know, promising him a contract, you know, couple years, maybe extend, just a different contract or whatever. I see him doing maybe a 2-year deal with an option, or a 3-year deal with 2 guaranteed and an option, player option or something like that. Maybe a 2-year deal with an option. Who knows? Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Norman Powell went to the Bulls. That was crazy. Norman Powell went to the Bulls. I know a real contender team could have used Norman Powell, but he was trying to get paid since he was an all-star and everything. So that's basically that's basically what happens, man. That's basically what happens. Toronto looked good because of Kawhi going back with Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett quickly. You know what I'm saying? They signed slow mo. You know what I'm saying? They signed slow mo, man. So I mean, we're going to. It's a lot. It's a lot going on right now that was real. You know, that was funny. You know what I'm saying? The Pistons signed John Collins, so now they got a nice athletic big. You know what I'm saying? That can help out. I don't know if they just doing that just in case they don't get Durham back, but hey, hey, boy, I keep yawning, man. It's been a late night, man. It's been a late night, but it's been interesting, man. I just been reading and watching and listening and trying to determine like what the season gonna look like, man. I ain't gonna lie, the season look good. I'm getting ready, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna uh I'm gonna basically, cover summer league. I'm gonna talk about what's going on in summer league and all that. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? But the elephant in the room, man. The elephant in the room, the trade of Jalen Brown to the 76. I really don't understand. It's starting to come out now. They talking about his money. They don't want to pay him and all that. Yeah, he basically said he kind of want his own team and stuff by some of the comments that he said about him it being his best season and all that. And his best season obviously was this season and the season without Jason Tatum. So he was the full-fledged leader, which we thought he can be. I think he's a number one option on the team. I think he's the number one guy. I always thought he was the number one guy in Boston anyway. I never thought Jason Tatum was the number one guy. I always felt like he was the better player anyway. So I mean, I don't know what Boston was getting at as far as like getting rid of him. I guess they chose whatever superstar, which superstar they wanted, and they chose Jason Tatum for whatever reason. For whatever reason, boy. But I'm gonna tell you like this: for them to trade him to a division rival, it's one of the dumbest things I ever seen in basketball, man. Like NBA history. This is one of probably the worst trades that's gonna go down, you know what I'm saying, of superstars. And you got nothing really out of it but a Paul George that's trying to figure himself out. I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't understand, man. That was total disrespect for what Boston did to him. And I know he's gonna seek revenge when he plays them 4 times because it's basically his same division, Atlantic Division. You're still in the same division. You know what I'm saying? It raised a little eyebrow on the Knicks, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, okay. But the defending champions, we not worried. I still see the Knicks as the best team in the East. Um, I honestly put the Raptors at number 2 with Kawhi and because Kawhi been looking like Kawhi Leonard Jordan the past 2 years. So the past 2 seasons. So I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna say that him and Scotty Barnes catapults. With him and Scotty Barnes, it catapults them to second or third in the East. Honestly, uh, I, I'm pushing Philly up. I'm pushing Philly up there, top 4 somewhere in that top 4, man. I'm pushing Philly up there. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget about Indiana coming back. Hallenberg gonna be back. You know, the squad gonna be back. You know, the East is about to be cracking. The East is definitely gonna be cracking. The West is the same. It's the same. Most of the teams stayed the same, kept their same players or whatever. The only really team that really changed was the Lakers. And the Lakers gonna be good offensively, but not really defensively. Um, I think the Spurs did a good job with Tobias Harris, just basically adding to what they have. They re-signed Harrison Barnes, the veteran that's the guy in the locker room. Obviously, he was important because they brung him back, so he's important in that locker room. And I think the Spurs gonna try to run it back. You know what I'm saying? And then uh, OKC made a few moves and stuff like that. They had to get rid of some people to shed some cat, obviously, to shed some things. You know what I'm saying? But they look good. I also want to give a shout out to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have a nice young core now, like a nice young nucleus. I want to see what they do this year, but I like their squad. They basically replaced all of the original guys like um, Desmond Baines and John Morant and JJ Jerry Jackson and all that. They replaced them with Cam Boozer, couple other new couple other new players that they got. You know what I'm saying? And they formed in there, so they pretty much snuck in there and put themselves at a nice advantage to start being successful later. You know, but not right now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, there was a lot of things going on, man. There's a lot of movement, a lot of small movements too, a lot of small movements just to fill out rosters and just to get deep, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get deep on the rosters and on a bench, you know what I'm saying? A lot of teams got it out. So, I'm just hoping that the Knicks find the 2 backup bigs that we need. We just need a defensive rebounding backup big and another backup big who can possibly stretch the floor a little bit. And I think that's really it, man. I feel like we might need another 2 guard or something like that to help JB JB and Cat with the scoring. You know what I'm saying? But I think OG gonna handle that. You know what I'm saying? He definitely been better offensively every year. So I feel like he's gonna step up this year, I see they might trade McBride and try to put him in the package to get a center and stuff like that. But if they keep him, I hope I can see he going to work on his game and develop. He got better every year that he was with us. So I think we should be good to find something to get us some couple bigs and stuff like that. I think that's all we really need. You know what I'm saying? To touch up here, touch up there. I think that's really all we need when it comes to that. So when it comes to the Knicks, I think we're still at the top. I think we're still just chilling. Basically it comes through us. We the big dogs, and everybody got to come through us now. You know what I'm saying? We run the show. Knicks all day, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? I think we run the show. So, you know, I'm I like the moves. I like some of the moves that's going on. Now we going I think the domino effects is now let's wait and see what LeBron does, right? Like is he going to go to Golden State and play with his ops? Is he going to go to Cleveland and just go ahead and do the farewell tour and have Donovan Mitchell, maybe James Harden and the two bigs, you know what I'm saying? They could work on that. Matt Strus still on the squad. I know they trying to trade Matt Strus, but he's still on the squad. Like I don't know. I don't know what else LeBron wants them to do. I think they was just missing that ingredient of him, if you feel what I'm saying. But I could see why he wanted to go. Like I know if he do go to Cleveland, Kenny Atkinson is out the door. Especially what he said and how he acted. Nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy already. It's crazy already that you just doing is. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like the. I know the Golden State thing is going to be exciting, and it definitely will work because it's going to be high IQ guys and they vets, and then basically championship experience more than any other team in the league. Almost perfection, right? But I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, man, because it's the ops, man. It's the ops. You are the rivalry. Like it's the ops, man. They beat you 3 times. You shouldn't even be like looking to even play. USA is one thing. USA is one thing. But go to somebody's team again and be like, hey, we're gonna win the championship. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Cut that out. Go to a team that really needs you, bro. Go to a team that really needs that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that the Warriors don't need it, but go to a team that really needs it. You feel what I'm saying? That really needs him to be. Like Philly is cool, but maybe not. So that's what we going with. I don't know. I think the Knicks would be okay, but that's all for today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit it off. Uh we're gonna, hit it off soon. I'm gonna go we're gonna do some lives and talk about it with my boy Drew, my boy Trav, you know what I'm saying? As the the off season goes on and things like that. We're gonna talk about summer league, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into the rookies and another episode, you know what I'm saying? And I want to give a shout out to the New York Liberty for winning the Commissioner's Cup, beating the Las Vegas Aces, uh, Asia Wilson and the crew. You know what I'm saying? We always go at it with them, but we pulled it off and we won the cup. So another chip is in New York. You feel what I'm saying? We dominating now. We got it on lock. They can't say nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? It's New York versus everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's New York or nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay up. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's Nick. You know what I'm saying? Champions, baby. And then hopefully they get the WNBA championship. We're gonna be following that. I'm gonna be talking about that, and I've been watching the games, and I'm liking this season. Everybody's playing. Everybody's balling. There's a lot of records being broken and stuff like that. Shout out to my girl, Big Foe, Fly J Johnson out there in Seattle on Seattle Storm. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing as a rookie and getting busy. You know what I'm saying? I like that though. But shout out to the New York Liberty for winning the cup. Feel me? Yo, appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Go to N.Y.O.T Media channel. You know what I'm saying? Go to uh, our Instagram, which is N.Y.O.T Hoops and Hip Hop. Um, and follow us. You know what I'm saying? We always constantly putting content out, and we constantly staying with the culture of basketball, music, the culture of movies and all things that's going on, you know what I'm saying? But who's talking really rare, we're gonna talk ball all day. But yeah, uh, I thank y'all for listening. Like I said, like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? You know what you tuned into. This is Hoops Talk with Rally Rell, and we're about to be out. Peace.